But we'll start with the Lynx and the Fever. The Lynx are one of the teams that are jostling for position. Is basically the 5, 6, and 7 seeds moving into the postseason. Minnesota is currently the number 6 seed. So all the games today are the first 4 at 1 Eastern, go off the same time as the NFL. That was a good idea. Lynx here favored. Let me get the current line. Lynx here favored by 2.5. I imagine we'll see. Even one game was off the board, and boy, you think you don't want to bet NBA on the last night of the season? What do you think about this with the Lynx and the Fever? I'm going to be on the over here. I know that. If this is the last game of the season, I'm not sure what it's going to look like necessarily, but Minnesota, the move is actually down to 1.5. So let me update that right now. There's definitely a move here on the Fever now. I don't think it's, maybe if we just have them. I don't know if the Fever can necessarily win this game, but I'm gonna take the over. See what you guys do. If you guys have anything in this one. No, you guys still want to talk about NFL, and I probably do too. I want to say hello to Arnez Little. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Arnez, we previewed all the East Coast NFL games on the Friday show with Mindy, so please check that out if you want to see those. Previewed all the games over there earlier, and they're all chopped up as well on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, game by game. So hopefully that works. Got 3 hours before, and don't forget everyone. Oh, let me see here. Let me just cover the WNBA. Sorry about that. I'm just going to take the over with this one. Lynx and Fever. It's up to 164.5. So Steam came in on the over in that one, and I will go over as well with Minnesota and Indiana on Sunday. Dallas has been going over in nearly every game of late. What is it? It's 12 of the last 13 and 4 out of the last 5 on the road. I'm going over in Minnesota and Indiana. Mystics and Liberty. And this one right now, the Liberty are favored by 9.5. The total has gone up to 163.5. Washington, currently the 7 seed. And they're also battling there with those teams, with Atlanta, with Minnesota. It was a Sky that earned the 8 seed on Friday, so they're locked in. But it's the 5, the 6, and the 7 that are really up for grabs today. You figure the Aces will not lose to the Mercury today. So that's exactly kind of where it stands, with Atlanta in 5th, Minnesota in 6th, and Washington a game back in 7th with a tiebreaker in hand. So in this one, I'm going to be on Washington here. I think they can get the money against the Liberty. Like I said, a little bit to play for them. Liberty, they probably know that they know they need to win, but all they do is they need to win, and they're favored by 9.5 points against a playoff-bound team. I'm going to take the Mystics in this one. Washington's covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings against the Liberty. So that's good enough for me. On the last day of the season, I'll take Washington plus the points. This is a league we'd love to have Mindy's numbers, though. I'll tell you that for sure. Okay, I am going to cover baseball here today. But actually, I've already covered baseball for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. The show should be debuting any moment, I would think. But here at the end of the show, I will run it down quickly. I don't know if I have time to go over a bunch of picks, but I subbed for Tony today. So I was hoping that the show was up and that we could just, direct to there so we wouldn't duplicate. Because unlike when Tony does his show and I do mine, we're giving out kind of different picks. In fact, a lot of times if I I might even make a pivot. I know what Tony has on his shows. I like watching his show, and I usually pick the other one or agree with them, or but you know what I mean. So we'll see. But if I don't see those videos up here anytime soon, we're going to go ahead and cover it real quick. So stay tuned. All right. All right. In this one, I'm going to take the Mystics. Chicago Sky at Connecticut Sun here. The Sun are favored by 9. And total here in this one. Yeah, that I just have it wrong. The total here is 159.5. Sorry about that. That's just a typo. 159.5 for the Sky and the Sun. That's important because probably end up on the total here in this one. We'll see. But again, Atlanta, they are in position here. I'm sorry. Chicago and Connecticut. Connecticut is locked into the 3 seed. The Sky are locked into the 8 seed. So nothing to play for here in this one. Does feel like the line probably a little bit too high, considering the circumstances surrounding this game. I don't think there's any real reason it doesn't feel like for me for Connecticut to want to control the action here. I'm going to come in on the under though as my play. I know it seemed like I was leaning Chicago there, and that very well could be the case, getting the points. But I feel more confident with the under. I think in this game with Chicago going up against Connecticut. Chicago's gone under in 4 of their last 6 on the road, but for me, does feel like the Sky might have some trouble producing offense here. Still, I think they can get the money. Oh, 159.59. That would be 159.5. I think the total itself is kind of the indicator that this is going to be, it obviously is going to be a lower scoring game, but maybe even lower than that. So, yeah, it is, Kay, and they want me to probably trim it up a little bit, and I wish I could just keep moving. I just need to give out the picks, maybe not so many trends and not so many oohs and ahs and ums. How about the Wings going up against the Dream? The Dream are in that number 5 slot right now, so they do have a little bit of something to play for here against the Wings. Now, the Wings are also locked into their situation as well. So I think that just allows really the spot for Atlanta. It's been a roller coaster season. I mean, when they're good, hey, they can be good. They've clinched a playoff berth. That doesn't happen very often. And all they need is a win to clinch this number 5 seed. As for Dallas, they're right now a perennial playoff team. So they've been up and down. So I'm going to take Atlanta here. They have just a little bit to play for. That sounds like a good angle to me in this one. I mean, Atlanta has won 10 of their last 13 at home. Dallas has been one of the best road teams of late, no doubt about it. But Atlanta has covered 5 of their last 6 as well. All they need to do is win here. I'm going to take Atlanta at home in this one. All right. This is why. Well, what happens here, Kay, is I have, I move the graphic along, and that's what Mindy talks and makes it seem like it's going along much smoother. All right. See some WNBA plays here, and run on the Wings though, and the under. All right. Thanks a lot, Blake. I appreciate that. And yeah, no doubt. Hey, Fernando, how are you doing today? Nice to see you. Okay, Sparks in the Storm. I can't find a line. So I don't even know if I'm going to give out a pick in this one right now. With this being the last day of the season, no line available anywhere as far as I can tell. I'm going to check the sports books right now, you have two teams that aren't going to make it here into the postseason. So there's circumstances surrounding the personnel in this game, including the Sparks. Here, they've been having personnel issues all the way around here at the end of the season. They've looked, pretty bad down the stretch. Yes, I would take the Storm to win, but I don't know. I don't even know what this line is going to come. I imagine the Sparks, given their record, could be favored here, but I wouldn't think it'd be by much. Could be a pick'em. The Sparks have faded down the stretch, so last day of the season. Let's see. Yep, looks like NECA is a game time decision here, possibly, so that would help. And I'm sure that's what we're waiting on. I'm sure we'll have no line until that happens, and they still might not win. Why would NECA even need to play? All right, before we go to the next game, I'm going to tell you something right now about this last game of the day. And I'm on the Storm. I'm on the Storm, whatever the line is, or money line. It's got to be maybe the Sparks. If NECA is playing, the Sparks will come a favorite, I'm sure. If not, I don't know. Could it be a pick'em? We need Mindy's numbers here. She'd tell us exactly what it would be. All right, Mercury and the Aces right now. This game is on the move. I'm not going to give out the total, even though I was gonna. I'll give out the side. I don't have a problem with that because this total is moving under right now. That's the way I was probably going in this one with Phoenix coming in. It's going to be hard for Phoenix to score. I mean, looks like the way they were going, they'll probably be scoring in the 60s again here. No Taurasi, no Petty, Cunningham, game time decision, last place team, Mercury absolutely dismal again. Another rough season. Griner, she's been playing, but it's been a rough go. So maybe next year will be better. Maybe there's something, we already knew we remember they were their franchise that went through some difficulty at times. Will Diggins, will Skylar Diggins be just many question marks, whatever the case may be. The Steams come in on the over. I'm on the Aces here. I think they'll win with their, hands behind their back type of win here. Win it by 21, 23, 25, something like that. I won't even be, I don't think the Aces are necessarily mailing this one in. And I'm sure it'll go under. But I'm going to give the Aces out as my free play. They are playing for the number one seed, but all you got to do is win this game. And I think their effort to win this game might even be enough here to get this victory. So, all right, those were my plays in the WNBA. Appreciate you guys.